Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coral Island. I almost said Stardew Valley. It's not Stardew Valley. It's already been a morning. Hubs is traveling for work, so I wake up this morning, and there's, like somebody pushed my doorbell, and I got a notification on my phone. I was like, what? I was like, who? And I literally, just woken up. I was like, who in the world is at my door? And I look, and it's an officer. And I'm like, what? Like, this is the last thing somebody wants to see when their husband is traveling for work. Because then I assume the worst. And I'm like, oh no, please tell me nothing's wrong with my husband. So I throw on a robe, and I open the door. I'm like, hello? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. He's like, I was just wondering. He's like, I'm investigating a potential criminal damage to property across the street. And he's like, I see that you have cameras. I was wondering if you might have any camera footage. I was like, oh, thank the Lord. I was like, my husband has access to those cameras, but he's traveling for work. I was like, let me send him a text, and if he responds, I was like, can I get your email, and then I can potentially email you the footage? And he goes, yeah, sure. So he's like, I'm out of cards. So he writes down his email and everything. I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, I'm sorry for waking you up. I was like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, worst, wake up. I was seriously so afraid that something had happened to my husband. So yeah, that was my wake up call this morning. Yeah. And I'm like, Hubs left a little while ago, but I'm like, if it was state police, they probably would have had somebody more local notify me. I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm too tired for this. Wake up in the morning, I'm like, super freaking scared. And then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna have to text my husband and be like, hey babe, do you have any, footage, whatnot? And he's gonna be like, why were you scared? I'm like, well, because something happened to you. Thank you, Alex, for being my mod. Yeah, it was a bit of an intense morning. And like I said, I had just woken up. I was still rubbing my eyes. I'm just like, ugh. He was really nice, though. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm all, disheveled. Yeah, I haven't heard back from him yet, but he is driving, so... But yeah, it made me so paranoid. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then, not to mention, as soon as he leaves the house, even though he leaves the house every morning to go to work, and on Mondays, he leaves and I go back to sleep, I'm in the house by myself. I'm already super paranoid. I reset the locks, I reset the alarm. I'm like, why am I paranoid? This happens every Monday. It's just, he's leaving town today. So yeah. Now I'm all paranoid being alone. Yeah, not the greatest wake-up call on a Monday. But at least I know that that's not what the call was for, or that's not what the officer is here for, so I'm like, But yeah, now I have to see if he's got anything, because I have access to the front doorbell, but the other cameras he has on his phone. So do you happen to have any footage of that? Although those neighbors have been having issues with people for a while. They are the sort that kind of attract drama. Then at this point, I'm like, you guys have way too many vehicles parked at your house. On any given day, they usually have 6 to 7 vehicles parked, packed into this driveway. I'm like, are you sure, y'all didn't, run into each other? I'm like, it's entirely possible. But I'm supposed to be looking for, a white Chevy. I'm like, okay, we'll take a look. Can't guarantee we have anything. Can everyone hear the game? Because I don't know what happened yesterday, but Yeah, D&D was no audio for like an hour and 10 minutes. Cool. Aw, look at that. Does she have food on her lip, or did she, like, scratch herself? Why is she so cute? Sorry, Disney sent me a picture of my Bambina. And she's so cute! So that's where I got that one. I was like, I knew I had one of these at one point, but wrong save file. It was a fluff. Okay. Just checking, because she does have a proclivity for scratching herself. Oh my gosh, my computer is running so hot. And it was like, as soon as the season changed, my computer's like, jet engine! Like, really? Really? I don't know why I've been super into Coral Island lately. Like, all of my farming sims I've been really into. And then now that I'm playing Stardew with audio, that's been really fun. Although I am super excited. I finally reached perfection. It took forever. It took like 168 hours, I think? Although, then again, compared to my 1.5 run on my PS4 save, that was my original save. It took me something like 300 hours, but that was because whenever I played it on my PlayStation, 1.5 had not come out yet. So I had a bunch of hours in there before 1.5 came out, and then I proceeded to get perfection once the update came out. But updates for the PlayStation and consoles are not out yet, so must be patient, must wait. Okay, what are our goals? What are we doing right now? I know that we have several, like, quests and whatnot. Like, we're still exploring the ocean to follow the retreated route. That just sounds weird. I'm going to go donate that first. And actually, maybe we can stop by the, who's he? Man, my brain's not functioning this morning. Stop by the... Didn't maybe say offer? There we go, ocean loot. The blacksmith, there's the word. Oh my gosh, my brain. My brain is broken. Because Hubs had to leave at 5. So normally my alarm goes off at 5. I get up, use the restroom, and then go back to sleep. But he actually like left the house at 5, so I woke up, said bye to him, was like half comatose, had a hard time going back to sleep, finally went back to sleep, and then woke up at like 6:45, fell back asleep for a little bit, got woken up by the officer, and then, yeah. It's been a morning. My brain is just like not functioning. Audio would say I need caffeine. I don't know if I have any of those yet. Actually, I don't. I love it when I get a haul that has like none that I've already donated. I'm like, yes! Good morning, Raphael. Where's Macy? Where's Miss Macy? There she is. You know what? Let's take a detour. Go find Miss Macy, because I have a bouquet of flowers. Just for her. Except people are really hard to find on the map sometimes because they're always walking around. I'm like, come on! Like, just stand still. Stand still for like 30 seconds. Aha! Harvest season is coming up, Rosie. You're about to get really busy, aren't you? Kinda. Gift. There you go. Oh, would you look at that? Thank you. Yay! Now just walk in front of her. Okay. Now we can go to the museum. Yes, we had to go give flowers to Macy. Okay. The longer you play the game, the harder it is to find new things. And so now I'm like struck with the disappointment. I'm like, come on. I'm like, I just want to donate something new. Mark. No! I've already given him gifts. My dog likes to hang around here. He's probably napping somewhere by the clinic right now. He isn't playing with the kids at the school. I think his dog is Bonbon. Now I'm sad because I couldn't give Mark a gift. I like Mark. Okay, is it just me or is it really dark for 3 p.m.? Like, it's just dark. And now with my husband out of town, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Like, I have stuff. I made sure to get stuff for dinner, so I'll be fed. But like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with myself. Like, do I stream more often? Am I going to like actually wake up in the mornings? I don't know. He wakes me up in the morning. At least it's not the first time he's been gone, so like I kinda know what to expect. Like, I'm not completely lost, but still, at this point. Aww. Well, I'm sorry you've been having some rough days, but yeah, Coral Island is, like, very calming, especially when you're just, like, in the ocean. It's just that, like, the sound of the music in the ocean is just, like, really calming. If you ignore the sound of, you know, me collecting garbage. Here, I'm gonna turn up the music just a wee bit. Because like I said, this music is really calming. Yeah, I feel you. I'm sorry, Alex. I hope you get to feeling better. And honestly, I've been really into playing Coral Island, and like playing it on Mondays is just really nice because, like I said, my brain's just not functioning on Monday mornings. No, it's Alex, it's completely fine. If you need to vent, you vent. That's part of what this place is for. If I didn't want to interact with you guys and know how you guys are doing, I wouldn't have the chat. So feel free to vent anything you want, and if you're not comfortable doing it on chat, you can always DM me. You can always send me a message on Discord, and you can talk there if you want, or if you just need to vent. Like I said, feel free to send me a message. I would rather know what's going on and be able to be there for you guys. That's just me. Because I want to know that you guys are doing okay, and if not, then I want to do what I can to help. See, we're just a community of people who we just want to be friends. And I get life is really stressful and chaotic, and sometimes you just need an ear to talk to, shoulder to cry on. Yes, Kibble, I know, my stamina's low. It's fine. Have I donated and offered this thing? Actually, no, so that's good that we got 2 of them. I'm going to anchor here. I'm actually going to hop out now and go offer and donate this thing, so that way I don't have to worry about it later. Okay. Run. Do I have the teleport open for the museum? I don't actually. Oh, I do. Look at that. Makes things so much easier. And I do beg pardon, you might hear my stomach growl. That's just because I haven't eaten yet. And my stomach likes to be dramatic, just like my dog's. Yesterday I brought in Rom and Atlas from outside. And I put Rom in her kennel and she just starts crying. I'm like, why are you crying? And she's literally just laying there, head completely down. Just like, you know how huskies do that when they lay on the ground and they just sit there and like wail? I'm like, well, you're not a husky. You're part German Shepherd. Like, calm down. She's a pain. And she delights in being a pain. Okay, there we go. Donation's been made. I want to get a shed for all of the like random appliances that I have. Like I don't need them just like sitting out. There we go. So. I should probably put that plant away. I don't need it at the moment. Okay, and go to sleep. Look at that! Another heart with Macy. How many hearts are we at? I'm gonna say 3? It's potentially 4. I don't know. Let's see. Macy? Holy cow! We have 5 hearts with Macy. And we have 5 hearts with Mark. Okay, they are pretty neck and neck. Did I say good morning to Trinket? Well, I did now. Trinket, why do you always have a sad face? Okay, the beach cleanup is next. Weather forecast. It's going to be sunny, of course. Of course it is. It was funny, I went out with Hubs yesterday, and it was hot. Like, because of all the rain and whatnot, it's just so humid. And I looked at him and was like, I'm dying. Like, this is... I don't like this. I was like, I'm not meant for, like, tropical weather. And the sun was out. Like, it's just, it's too hot. Like, how do people live like this? Because, like, normal heat I can deal with for the most part. But, like, humid heat, and like that, that's a whole different beast. Like, humidity just, like, amps everything up. And I'm like, I feel like I'm in a sauna. And not in a good way. I feel like every year I just, like, forget what monsoon season is like, and so when it comes back, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's never been this hot here. I'm like, you know, you said that last year, right? I keep telling myself, I'm like, stop being so dramatic. I'm like, it's hot. I argue with myself quite a bit. Just got some chili peppers. Do I have access to the next level of sprinkler? That's an excellent question. Because it's really nice to just set those up over here and let them deal with the trees. But I don't know if I have that recipe yet. I do have the recipe, but I don't have gold kelp. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. The question is, do I have enough water to get through this? Alex, quick question. Do you have any more, like, scary games that you'd recommend? Because you're the one who recommended Madison, and I did have a good time with that one, even if I didn't like the ending. Like, visually, it was a very pleasing game. I think the thing that just upset me is, like, there's no other options. Like, in a lot of horror games and stuff, it's like, there's a good ending and a bad ending, and it's like, okay, well, you missed all this stuff that could have given you the good ending, but there was just ending. And I was not a fan of the ending. Killer frequency? I don't think I've ever heard of that. What is that? Okay, oh, okay, that's interesting. I was like, why in the world am I still not getting silver quality milk? And then I was like, oh, because I'm not that good friends with the cows. That makes sense. Huh. That actually sounds really cool. Oh, wow. See, I've been looking for some more, like, puzzle games, too, because at one point we had, like, the Talos Principle, and we had Call of the Sea. We finished Call of the Sea. The Talos Principle got taken off the voting list because it was never voted on. So I've been looking for some more, like, puzzle-type games, but also I do like scary games occasionally. Probably. I will write that down and take a look. Okay. I got it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for just a little bit of deviation from, like, my cozy games, because, like it or, like, whether I like it or not, as much as I want to say I have variety, I really don't. It's a lot of, I have a lot of farming sims, but I like them, and I think I just need to, like, accept the mantle of cozy streamer. See, and that's what I like, is, like, the atmospheric games. It's like, it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, terrifying, but I just want something with, like, a good atmosphere. Fingers crossed the film rolls arrive up tonight. Would hate to run out during the cleanup. Oh, yeah, 'cause she takes pictures of all that. Oh, no! I tried, Alex, I tried, but I already gave Macy 2 gifts. I'm just gifting everyone up. And, like, I think that's part of what I liked about Madison, is that there was no, like, it's not like Outlast. The enemies, like, they are enemies. They will straight up, like, actually kill you. But in Madison, it was the atmosphere. Like, you wouldn't necessarily, like, die, or I said Hans, F you, Hans. Anywho, you don't really, like, die, but there are jump scares. There are a significant amount of jump scares. Ah, I see. Like, what? I have, like, a vague notion of what the Blair Witch Project is, but I'm not, like, entirely sure. I know it's something about, like, don't these kids, like, go into, like, the forest or something, and they're looking for, like, it's like a pseudo-documentary, I think. I was gonna say, I was like, the Dark Pictures anthology, I I think I liked, like, the first 2 games, and then the rest of it just lost it for me. Because I've watched Jacksepticeye play all of them, him and Mark. I've watched both of them play those games. And honestly, like, the stories, the gameplay is good for a while, but then it's like all the twist endings and stuff, they're just like, what? I'm like, really? Really? Yeah, I'm just like, come on. I'm like, that's gonna be your story? Which one is the one that they're on, like, the... Oh, I want to say it's like an archaeological dig or something like that. It's got Ashley Tisdale in it. I don't remember what the name of that one is, but I was watching it and I'm like, really? Like, I was so just like, it's just like flabbergasted by the actual story. I'm like, really? Really? That's what you're going with? House of Ashes, yeah. And that's the thing, is like, the gameplay is good, but when they're like, when they get to the big reveal of like what's really going on and the story, I'm like, that's where it just completely loses me. I'm like, you had me for a while, and then you just completely lost me. Yeah, it's like they're, and the other thing is, they're graphically very beautiful games. Like, graphics wise, you know, the realism is like really good, and you know, it's entertaining to watch. But once they're like, and then this is what was really happening this whole time, I'm like, no. Because I think, didn't that all start with Until Dawn? I want to say that that's one from their studios. Which, that one was good. That one had the... It's almost like the folktale, like... I think I started that one, but honestly I think I found it so ridiculous I didn't even watch past, like, the first couple episodes. Like, some games, I'm like, you were almost there. You were almost there. Yeah. And I hate when games, when I can say, I'm like, you almost had it. Like, if you had just, like, tweaked it just a little bit, it would have been a really good game. Like, those are the ones that bug me. I'm like, oh, like, you were, like, a 98%, and then at the very end, it was a swing and a miss. That bugs me. I think I liked Until Dawn, because even though it was like, you know, they had the Wendigo, it still sort of, like, made sense. And, like, it's you know, folktales, that it made sense in the context of the game. Like, yes, the Wendigos don't really exist, or, you know, that's what I tell myself. But, you know, it made sense. And the storyline with, like, the sisters, I'm like, okay, that was actually good. And I like the butterfly effect of that one. But later, when we get into, you know, the ending of House of Ashes was so far off for me. It's like, aliens. Aliens. Like, it lost it for me. I did watch The Quarry, and I would give that one, like, I would give it a 76 out of 100. Like, there were parts of it that were really good, there were parts of it I didn't care for. The story and, like, the enemies were, like, yeah, like, not terrible, but I don't know if I would play it myself. And that's another problem, is all of these scary games, or, like, you know, these, like, very, like, story-driven games, I want to play some of them, but I've already seen them played, so the, like, kind of shock value is just gone. And I'm like, I'm worried that I won't be able to give, like, a good, like, playthrough, because, like, I already know it's like, oh, I totally didn't see that coming. Yeah, the QuickTime events are interesting. I'm not very good at QTEs anyway, and so having to depend on, like, others to actually, like, help with that, it's like, I remember the very first time I ever saw Until Dawn being played, it was actually audio playing it, and she was having me pick, she's like, okay, which way do you want to go? And I'm like, that way! And she is really good at QTEs. I don't care what she says. She was, like, fantastic. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. What was the one? The one right after Until Dawn. I think it was The Man of Medan. I did not like that one. It's very Ghost Ship-esque, except just very, like, poorly executed. But they're in the same vein of games. Cause like I said, is it the same studio that made them? Because I think that's where I get confused, because I swear it's the same creators, but just like after Until Dawn, they're like, oh, we're gonna like market it as this whole anthology of games. Yeah, it was just not done exceedingly well, and from what I saw, like, the choices, because it's another one of the, like, butterfly effect games, the choices you had are, like, you would choose something thinking that it's like, oh, okay, like, I know, like, what my character is going to do after this point, and then it would do something, like, completely different. Like, you would think that you were choosing the better option, but lo and behold, you're like, wait, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to do that. And then it would just, you know, do it anyway. I've heard about Beyond Two Souls, and actually, I think I watched that one. Did I watch? I think I watched audio play that one. Because I feel like I remember talking to her about how, like, in the game, I think her brother's name is Aiden, but for like half the game she pronounces it Aiden. Like, it flops back and forth between Aiden and Aiden, and it's the girl pronouncing it. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, why is she all over the place? It was pretty good. I liked the story. That one actually had a pretty good story. There you go. Now Maisie and Mark are right next to each other. Ah. The only thing that makes it weird, like, to me, it didn't really matter, but, like, the fact that the character herself flops back and forth between the two, I'm like, what? If it's your brother, you would think that you would have, like, one pronunciation for his name. But that's just me. If they had stuck with Aiden, like, that's totally fine. Like, but it's the fact that they went back and forth like she couldn't remember how to say his name. I'm like, I'm like, okay. Okay, that's odd, but... Oh, a festival is today. Yeah, it was odd. But I like I said, I think I remember Audio having that conversation with me. But then a lot of games that I've seen played, like I said, I'm worried about, like, not being able to replay it and actually have good reactions. I think I could play Until Dawn because I've never actually, like, played it with, like, the QTEs, and then, of course, there's, like, so many different choices. Would I make the right choices? Although I do know a lot of the shock events, and I know which one to pick to make sure that I don't kill the characters. So it's like, yeah, I'd be playing the game, but I do know how to get out of the bad situations alive. I could, so long as I don't royally F up the QTEs, I could get everybody out because I know all the options. But yeah. Games that I see that I really want to play, I will try to avoid spoilers. Like, Prognostic. I really, really, really wanted to play Prognostic once I saw it, because it's like, that sounds really, really cool. So, Hubs was watching a video of it, and I actually, like, left and stopped watching, because I was like, I don't want to spoil it for myself, like, I don't want to know, like, the exact solutions to the crimes and everything, like, I just want to play it by myself, and, you know, give, like, a genuine reaction. That game I also took issue with the ending, because there's a quote-unquote good ending and a quote-unquote bad ending, but it felt so rushed, and honestly I kind of feel like the developers just were trying to finish it in a hurry, and it was like, I didn't like it. That, and I felt like they could have, because it sort of left it open for more. It never finished the whole mystery of the grandma. Like, you kind of figure out what happened, but there's no, like, there was no resolution to everything that happened with her. And that kind of bugged me. Prognostic. I played that one on the channel, like, probably like 2 years ago? And I enjoyed, like, I love the mechanics of the game, because that's the one where you're, like, you're in the house and there's the mirrors that the grandma spawns through, and, like, the tarot cards, the runes, the giant wheel calendar. Like, I felt like all of the mechanics were so good, and, like, I've never really seen that in any other game. And I really, truly enjoyed that aspect, but the story, like, cut off. And that's what bugged me, was it felt like the story was unfinished. Because they're like, oh, you got the good ending, you got the bad ending. But I'm like, but we never got any, like, real resolution. We know that something happened. And, like, I think, what was it, the grandma the grandma ended herself, but it's like, but why? Like, there's somebody behind all this, but you never really like get into that, and it really left it open for more story. But they just never did anything with that. I was hoping to eventually like get an update and then go back to it, but thus far when I've checked, we have not had any luck with any form of updates like that. See, I feel that way with Outlast sometimes because I'm not good at games like that. Like, because I don't play them often. Okay, essentially games that can be, like, that have many speed runs that you can do, I find them difficult. Because I'm like, I am not trying to, like, speed through this game. I'm trying to actually figure it out. But some of them, it's like, okay, if you don't move, like, around this corner in exactly, like, 15 seconds, you're not gonna make it. And I'm like, but I don't go that fast. Like, my brain doesn't do puzzles that fast. Or, like, when there's enemies and stuff, I'm like, I don't operate that fast. And so, for me, it's just this painful repetition of over and over and over again, dying. Okay, maybe if I hide in this corner for, like, 30 seconds, and then I pop right, like, it just gets me. Hello, Con, how are you? Hey, Bonbon. Bonbon is one adventurous pup. You see him everywhere. I'm pretty sure that Bonbon is Mark's. If we marry Mark, do we get the dog? That is an excellent question. That is the best question. Now I just want to marry Mark even more, because I'm like, I want to see if we get the dog. Oh no! Are you, like, dehydrated? Or, like, is it because you stayed up late? Which, not gonna lie, I'm still really surprised you stayed up that late. Yeah, that sucks. My mom gets migraines a lot. Ooh. Oh, it's hot, yeah. I get heat-induced insomnia a lot, and then it'll start, like, making my head hurt. My mom actually figured out that because she got constant migraines, and she actually had to go to the hospital for a lot of them. But she found out that hers is actually mostly linked to her sinuses. So if she starts getting, like, a migraine, she takes, and she doesn't feel, like, congested, none of that, but if she takes decongestants, it actually, like, stops her migraine in its tracks. So I don't know if that's something you want to try, but right now, this time of year, that's why I keep getting headaches, is because my sinuses hurt. So I have to use saline spray for my nose, especially before I go to sleep, and decongestants. And if laying down makes it worse, it might be the pressure, if you feel any pressure in your head. I think I'll make pizza tomorrow for everyone at the inn. Nice little hangout sesh before the weekend kicks off, don't you think? I love pizza, Macy. Macy, you just earned many kudo points because I love pizza. I actually had pizza for dinner. I bought freezer pizza at the store, and I was like, you know what? That actually sounds really delightful. But yeah, the other day when I woke up with, like, a massive, like, splitting headache, it was actually because my sinuses were dry. Which really freaking sucked, because then I had to use the saline, let that soak in for a while, take decongestants, take pain relievers. Okay, Con Hunt, that really sounds like you have a pressure headache. Because that is, when I had my sinus infection, that's what it felt like. It felt like somebody was, like, stabbing my eyes. Did I straight up miss the festival? I wasn't even... Oh my gosh, I missed the festival! By, like, 15 minutes! Son of a gun. Do we just go back and redo? You know what? You know what? We're gonna go back and reload it. It's like, I feel bad because I think this is like the second or third festival I've missed with you guys. And I'm like, ah. Oh. Yeah. I might just give that a try and see if it helps you. Because like I said, my mom used to have to go into the hospital for her migraines like all the time, and then she found out that that works for her. If you can stand it, I would also put like a warm compress over like the top of your cheekbones and like across the bridge of your nose. Because if it is anything to do with your sinuses, that can actually help like loosen things up. This is going to be an odd question. Do your ears hurt at all? Or do they feel like itchy or anything? Yeah, cold might also help relieve if you have any like inflammation. Just eyes and head. Yeah. When I had my sinus infection, I actually didn't feel any like congestion or anything like that. I couldn't feel anything in my actual sinuses. Is the pain like stabbing into your eye or is it behind your eye? Another thing that I've read about is if you submerge your hands and feet in, what is it? Warm water and put a cold compress on the back of your neck, that's supposed to help. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're having some sort of sinus issue, because that's what happens when I get my headaches, is it feels like it's behind my eye, and this is gonna be a little gross. It feels like somebody is trying to like push my eye out from the inside. Yeah, I would put a cold compress also on the back of your neck. Yes! Yes! Yes, that is, I know that feeling all too well. It feels like somebody is trying to like push your eyeball out from the inside. And it hurts so bad. I've been there. I have been there. I feel your pain. Yeah, that's pretty common with cluster headaches and with sinus headaches. And like I said, even if you're not feeling anything in your sinuses, it could totally be that. Because like I said, when I went in, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, I have this headache, and like, I feel like my allergies are really acting up. And she's like, oh no, you straight up have a sinus infection. I was like, what? And like, I took my medicine and everything, and that's the time that I ended up in the emergency room, because I didn't take my meds soon enough, and so by the time I actually got to take the meds, they didn't kick in fast enough, and then I ended up screaming in agony. But yeah, I know what you're going through, and I'm so sorry. That really is just the worst. Okay, let's not miss the festival today. We've already gifted Macy twice anyway, so it's not like that's gonna happen. Okay, let's water the plants. Why is there such a short window for a festival. Like, 2 p.m.? Really? You're gonna end a festival at 2 p.m.? There you go. Ah, and of course, this is the day that we don't actually get a silver or higher rambutan. Well, that sucks. It's fine. It's not like... Oh, come on! It's Saturday the 27th. I don't think the rambutan lasts until the next season, so that'll be fun. We have other chances. Rose. It's fine. So, we don't have to go donate that. Okay, let's get down to the beach before it closes. Maybe. I don't know. We'll check the calendar when we get back from the festival. I just don't want to miss it again, because, like, I already reset the day for y'all, because I feel bad because we keep missing festivals, but... Yes! Let's actually do the festival! Oh, look, there she is. Okay, this race is actually really hard. I've messed that one up many times. I don't think I've ever actually won the swimming one. This is the one time the locals actually help clean up the beach. Other than that, they're like, hey, you're on your own. You can do it. You can do it, can't you? But I wanted to talk. I sneaked in at 5 a.m. and Pablo and Rafael were already outdoors getting this place ready. I'm excited to take some great photos today. The light looks great and I don't see a single cloud in the sky. Aw. You look good. That outfit really suits you. Sure. You know, for my personal playthrough, I actually bought a swimsuit so that my character kind of blended in. Now I'm just wearing overalls. Look at that. Looks like Kiara is all fired up. Shoveling trash might not be the most glamorous thing, but it's much better than shoveling manure. Trust me. That is a very fair assessment. Is there somebody? Oh, there is somebody. It's Kiara! You might not think so, but collecting trash can be hard physical work. Gotta make sure I warm up properly or I might pull something. I'm not as spry as I used to be, unfortunately. I should have brought a hat. My head is getting a bit toasty. Okay, so here we have... There's the main cleanup activity, there's tug-of-war, there's the swimming contest, and there's the booth. The booth is just a shop. So you can buy, like, batteries, scrap, buy kelp. Not gonna lie, I kind of want the new scarecrow. I'm gonna buy it. But they have, like, recycling machines, and then the kelp is slightly cheaper, but that's still... Well, actually, I have plenty of money. I have so much money, it's fine. I bought a lot of kelp, it's fine. I only spent thousands and thousands of dollars, it's fine. What are you doing here chatting? We got some cleaning up to do, Garden Rake. The fact that he calls me Garden Rake, I can't tell if I love it or I hate it. Pablo. Your distraction! Just doing some stretches here, Rosie. I see that, sir. And then they have the pufferfish booth. You know, with as far as I've played into, like, my personal, playthrough, pufferfish hasn't really made, like, a big impression on me. I don't ever, like, see them. Like, I saw them here at this event. And look, they sell pufferfish stuff. Not gonna lie, those sweatpants are actually kind of cute. But, Yeah, I'm like, I don't see them really as a threat. They're just kind of there. It's not like, to me, it's not like in Stardew, whenever you have the obvious choice between the community center and like Joja Mart. I haven't encountered anything that they're like, oh, well, if you just pick pufferfish, like, we'll do this for you, or we'll do this. Like, they have their introduction, and everyone's like, oh, no, we hate pufferfish. And then they're just quiet. They just kind of sit there. Maybe I'm not far enough into the game, maybe this is like a late game thing, but I just haven't seen enough from them to make me want to hate them. Like, I get they want to bring, like, oil drilling and stuff, but there's no events or anything with them. They're just kind of there. That's good. That's good. Yeah, cold is good for, like, inflammation, so if anything's, like, inflamed, it'll help soothe that. Let's see. Do I remember how to do this? You know, I'm gonna practice because I don't remember. Okay, it's Q and R. I think kind of like... Oh, that is directly tied to how much stamina I have? Oh, that's stupid. Well, I don't like that. Had I known, I would have actually, like, taken care of my stamina. Ha ha! They actually let you do that. And also, make sure to stay hydrated, Con, with actual water. Because that can also help with headaches. Oh, look! Look how much stamina we have. Yay! I finished! I got all the rewards, apparently. Wow! Old man's fast. That is true. That is true. Okay, let's... What else do we have? I think Tug of War is the only thing we have. Do I remember how... It's just spamming that space bar. I was like, who's on the other side? Who's pulling that hard? Yeah, if it was Mark, we'd probably just like topple over. Okay, well now I know what to do. Space bar. What the heck? Did you see how fast that space bar went to the other side? Good lord! Yay! I got rope. If this was any other game, I would think it's really suspicious that they gave me rope. But I guess in the context of Coral Island, it's fine. Inventory. I'm gonna put that down here. I'm probably just going to always carry that with me. Oh, Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark, we got that 6th one. Oh, we got the recipe for it. That's nice. This'll be good. I'm excited. Just scrap. Just lots of... Why not just say 40 scrap? Like, was that just too much to list 40? Like that, we got merit points. I don't even remember what we can buy with merit points. Yes, start the main event. And then we get to cinematically watch people pick up garbage. Macy, why are you only taking pictures of Nina? The rest of us are working too. Just the pelican sitting there. I love how, like, this scene is changing, but the pelican's just still sitting there. It's just like, I've been here for hours. Now, does anyone want to go into the ocean to help me clean up that garbage? Like, we made valiant efforts on the surface. Hello, Rosie. Thank you for helping us. This place is much cleaner now. Ah. Let's celebrate it together with the other folks. But lo and behold, what are we going to see entering from this side? It's Denali. Have we met them? I don't even know if we've met them yet officially. Okay, we've been to the shop. We've cleaned things up. We did all the events. Back to the homestead. And I remembered we were going to check for Mace's birthday. Okay. Might help if there wasn't, like, garbage and stuff in the way. I'll just, you know, clear that stuff out. And you, little buddy. Actually, I'm gonna move you. These ones are without a doubt my favorites. I like the little curly Q on their heads. They're just so cute. Okay, transfer that in there. White hibiscus. I think I'll actually keep that. Okay, well, we're actually going to end up losing all of these crops in the next 2 days, so it's not super important that we have that. I have not forgot. I'm going to check. I can't see the next month, so it's not this month. Maybe it's next month. Oh, wait. Okay, so we have met Denali and we've met... I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I'm going to butcher that name and I would feel terrible about it. Okay. We'll probably play, like, maybe... How long have we been going? I'll probably play, like, one more day and then be done. Mark! But thank you for stopping by. I hope you start to feel better. I hope everyone starts to feel better. Seems like everyone's under the weather. Okay, let's see. Weather for... Oh, it's raining today. I forgot about that. Bye! Okay. Well, at least we have peppers. I need to stop by was it the town hall? Because I want to see what I can get with my merit points. I have quite a few of them, but like I said, I'm not entirely sure what to do with them. I know that there's some scarecrows. Oh crap, I forgot to get hay. Oh, I think I got the wrong one. What? No? Pet. Sweet, I actually got them. Okay. I'm gonna go get hay real quick so I can feed all of them. There we go. Or else they'll get mad. Should we go explore the ocean or should we go to the mines? I feel like I want to explore the ocean. But then again... I just want... There we go. It's like, I just want to put the hay down. Because the animals will go outside if you open the door, but I think it makes them mad. I don't want to keep petting the same chicken. You, Shiitake, are standing right in front of an egg. Can you move for me? There you go. I hate that mechanic. Okay, so now they have food. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go back to the ocean. Because I believe the blacksmith is actually closed today, so we can't go open the coffers that we have. So yeah, let's just go diving again. So Con, D&D yesterday was wild. So much stuff happened that it's like kind of hard to keep it all straight. I'm like, wow, like we had a lot going on. And then of course I had, you know, my audio issues. So the funny thing is I was trying to like go back and see like where I finally like put on my sound. I missed literally like an hour and 15 minutes. So I went on to audios, but she had some sort of copyrighted stuff. So the important scenes that I would like, I'm like, okay, I know for a fact like I'll need this stuff when I'm doing the transcription. It was blocked on hers. So I'm like, crap! Like, how am I gonna be able to hear this? So then I went to yours, and I'm like, okay. So I literally, like, was listening to so many different people's streams. I'm like, okay, I just need to, like, get this info, like, somehow. But yeah, that was nuts. And I now understand what she meant when I would talk about like, well, I'm kind of worried that we're not, you know, getting out a lot of backstory. So some of the things and interactions with characters aren't like super impactful or anything because like we haven't been able to talk about our backstories. And she was like, oh, like don't worry, like there's gonna be something that happens and you really kind of won't have a choice. She's like, well, you will have a choice, but you know, part of your choice will, you know, be actually revealing things. And I was like, how are you going to do that? I thought you said we weren't going to be compelled to say things. And she goes, well, and now I know. I'm like, oh, okay. Like when I very stupidly just stuck my hand in the water. Because she's like, describe what's happening. I'm like, oh, I see. Now I'm going to actually have to go into like that whole tragedy. I'm like, well done, well played. That was really interesting seeing how that played out. Although it's funny because at the end I'm like was there a way that we could have actually just like gotten the right door and just left right away, or was this like set? It made me feel a lot better when she said, no, like, you're gonna end up going to all of them anyway. And I was like, oh, well, that makes me feel better. I'm like, did we just, like, pull a dumb and just go to, like, all the worst doors first? I wish I could have stayed around and, like, talked about it after, but I had to go to the store because it was getting kind of late. And then Hubs had to come home and pack his stuff, and I just didn't have the time. I talked a little about it with Yoku, and that was interesting. Seeing it from his perspective. It was a good episode. Although I feel called out though, because I'm like, has there been an episode recently where I have not screamed and or cried? Like, I was fully anticipating just be like, okay, like, no, we're gonna be tough, girl, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, reliving literally like the worst memory of her entire life. Oh yeah, no, she's like screaming in intense agony. Like, like, great, just another moment for the boys to be like, gosh, she cries all the time. Like, it's not on purpose, okay? Although I really hope that, like, kind of piqued people's interest because, like, well, you know, what happened? Why did she have that reaction? Like, what's going on? Because I think most people see her as kind of like a pampered rich person. And I'm like, I want people to question exactly what happened in her past. And who she is, and why something like that would happen. Although Yoku did say that he's like, I got a lot of questions. I'm like, well, that's good. If we end up, like, talking in the next session. Although, I'm not kidding. I'm like, we're gonna meet Will's character, and he's gonna be like, hi, how are you guys doing? And we're gonna be all completely ragged, like, hi. Just like, oh yay, new dude. Like, you didn't even know what we've been through. That was good. That, just the whole way that you played that off, especially, like, in the scene where he is, like, confronted by that corpse, that was, like, horrifying. I was just like, oh my gosh! But, like, I feel like a lot of doors got opened, and, like, questions are now, burning in my brain. I'm like, I'm really curious. Like, he said a lot, but there's still context that we don't know. Context. There's still context that we don't know. So it's going to be very curious to actually get answers. Yeah, it's complicated. And so the part where we're in the hall and she tells him that she's dying, like, that part was really interesting, and I struggled with actually trying to get it, like, to make sense, because it's like, you're almost there, but there's something in the backstory that she hasn't, like, released yet, so it's like, okay, we're partially there to an answer, but there's still a lot there to unpack. I'm most curious with Gale about who is behind, like, who made him do these things, because it's very, very, very obvious that he did not want to do any of this, but he was forced to. So it's like, who did that to him? Who made him do that, and why did they have so much power over him? I think that's the thing that I'm curious about at the moment. But also, like, so his name, because, I mean, obviously when you sent me your character info, you sent me the name Gelby. So that's been on the, like, on the intro screen for ages. So it's like, okay, I already knew your name was different, but everything that goes into that and his, like, new identity ties in so freaking well to that bit of unlockable dialogue that I've been wanting to get out. We just haven't had the right time and the right place. It ties in so well that I think it's actually going to, like, it's going to make Gale cry. Like, not only is it a very, like, touching story, but I think also the connection for him is going to be like really, really emotional and meaningful. I'm also really curious how he's going to react to his letter. Because Gail can read those at any time. I kind of sort of forgot to say, like, it's yours, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, I think I'm really curious to see what his reaction to that will be as well. But yeah, after hearing the name part, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be absolutely perfect. And bear in mind, I had this story planned like a long time ago. It was meant to be like a connection piece between them, but now it's just absolutely like chef's kiss perfect. I can't wait. I think it's going to be, like I said, very, very emotional and deeply impactful. And I think for the two of them, it kind of has a double meaning. I think for Gail, it'll be more of a, like, comfort thing. And it might make him even more, like, determined. I don't want to give it away, but it's so good. It's so good. It really sort of, like, ties their backstories together, too. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I think probably once they have time to, like, sit down and talk, because, like, we went through a lot in this last session. There's going to be a good many things that people need to talk about. Oh, did I get kicked out? I think I got kicked out. Ah! I got kicked out. I was like, wait, why did it go dark? Except I didn't move the ladder or the thing, which means that I'm going to have to try to do that next time. I see that stupid little... I got it! Oh, I got one. I think I've already gotten that one before, though. Like I said, I can't remember which bugs I get on which one. Oh, I've already donated it. It's fine. It's totally fine. But yeah, I'm so curious. And if you want me to send you the letters, because like I said, I have the paper for the king and Gail's letter actually like typed out. The letter for the princess is actually handwritten. Okay, so I still need to donate that. So I would actually have to like transpose that one and type it out, but I have those whenever you feel like reading them. If you want to wait until we're actually on stream, that's fine for shock value. If you want to read them and get a good idea beforehand, I'm more than willing to send them to you that way. But, ooh, we leveled up. Nice. But that is actually going to be it for this episode. Sorry, I had to stretch. Okay. We're going to exit back to title. We're gonna have to wait 2 weeks and it's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Let's go find somebody to raid. It's only like 8:30 in the morning. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? It's okay. I got things to do. I got laundry. Okay. Let's see. Raid. Who do we have? We have Dr. Claw MD doing Fallout 2. So let's go raid him. But thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back later this afternoon. I just remembered that I had a really good idea when I was sleeping, but I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna have to do some brainstorming. But I see. We're gonna have to chat. we're gonna have to DM. But I will be back later this afternoon with an episode of my Discord Member's Choice. I will be posting the poll, but until then, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their afternoon, and I hope to see you guys then. Bye!
I'd love to stand here for 12 hours